All right, we're going live. This is my first time going live by myself.
You're not by yourself.
Excuse the title. I am not as clever as the Lordship himself or as the grand finale. It was basic and it was to the point. But you know what? It was an emotional day on Smackdown. And quite frankly, this probably shouldn't have been the thumbnail today. It really should have been, because it was a much better picture. But I know nobody watches Rampage. So this picture right here.
I watched Rampage.
That would not have worked.
That was a 2-second segment on Rampage.
Yeah, but Marcus, let me ask you this question:
You are going to hell.
Is he missing NXT? Because that looks like a riff of a like the Wish version of an NXT logo.
I thought that was a picture of you in the snow right now.
No, this is just another. It's just another road, another road solving racism. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Should we also be concerned that Dusty Rhodes has tanned so much that I didn't notice that Band-Aid at first? Like he's always the same color as that Band-Aid.
I didn't notice that either.
Goddamn.
That is amazing. That is amazing. Hey, Marcus.
Somehow he looks younger than Keith Lee.
Marcus, do we have an intro? Well, he's not married to Mia Yim.
Sami Zayn looks like every person in the street asking me for money.
Yeah, but also Dante saw Sami Zayn's son and said, "Oh my God, he's so adorable."
What do you mean? Do we have an intro? Have we had an intro? Have we had an intro? We have not had an intro.
Last I heard, it was being worked on.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody to the show. Since we don't have an intro, I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
This is the intro, damn it. This is the intro. I am the intro. Marcus the grand finale. And I am being worked though.
Now you're trying to sound like a song about nothing or something like that. One of those plays, Marcus. I'm sorry. You know, Marcus, you 25 going on 75 at the same time. Shout out the Trick. One of my favorite lines.
Oh, you talking about
to Tyler Bate, man. Come on.
Yeah. 25. That's deep. It's 25 to 75 at the same time.
I just want to point out first, when Tyler Bate was over there doing what he was doing, he should have minded his own business. And Mello should have knocked him the fuck out. I would have knocked him out, but I didn't. But what can I say? How are you gentlemen doing today? Manny, how is Hogwarts treating you? I'm pretty sure you're about 30 hours, 40 hours in now.
I finished the main story. Now I'm doing some side missions. But I don't really want to do the side missions. I kind of just want to get rid of the game now. That story, don't need to do anything else to it.
Are you still being evil?
Oh yeah, I'm casting Avada Kedavra everywhere. There's no repercussions to do it either.
No, so does that disappoint you about the aspect of the game that there was no repercussions of you?
You can just be a piece of shit.
Yeah, because the whole thing about
so it's reality.
Yeah, the one thing that I've always learned about the whole Harry Potter game was that, hey, if you do the forbidden curses, you're bad. You're going to hell. But now you have a video game, and now you can just do all the forbidden curses, and it just seems like it's a way to.
They have never stated in Harry Potter, "Hey, you going to hell." I condemned you. I condemned you to hell.
You're going to Azkaban.
Yeah, Bart, they did.
That ain't hell. That's jail time. That's just jail time. That's just life. There's no heaven or hell in these witches and wizardry.
And you know what the worst part about that game is? Actually, so you get one specific quest, it is a quest. One specific quest to whatever house you're in. The best quest, where it involves you going to Azkaban, is only applicable to you if you are a Hufflepuff.
Oh, come on, man. Nobody won't be no damn Hufflepuff. Who want to be that?
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. I was playing Hogwarts the other, today, and apparently I got kicked out of school. I don't know what I did. I got kicked out of Hogwarts. Apparently I was fighting too much.
You hit a hippogriff too wrong. You touched a hippogriff.
All right, Karrion Kross. That's what I'm going to call you. Gentlemen, let's just jump right into Friday Night
Karrion
Smackdown.
Kross.
Hey, the best thing about Karrion Kross, he got two things going for him: his intro and his wife, and that's it. Afterwards, it's
his wife is the intro.
Actually, before we get there, I want to ask you guys a question because I was watching Dynamite this week, and the trios and all that. Marcus, who is your favorite trio in professional wrestling right now?
Oh, he's gonna ask me this on the spot, and I gotta think of every trio I see, and I'm like, hey, ain't that many, is there? You know, but then I started thinking, I was like, there's a lot of these trios these days with the, I guess the Brutes, but they added Drew McIntyre as a fourth wheel, but,
Mark, I love when you pontificate, but you're stalling because you're still trying to think, and you're trying to think
right
at the same time.
I'm gonna say
Manny's like, look at me. I have all the time in the world to come up who my favorite trio is, while Marcus stammers over what he's thinking.
I'm going with none for now.
None. You're not going to take the Madcap Moss, Ricochet, Braun Strowman trio?
No,
what is that? What is that?
Terrible trio.
That was me on 2K23 hitting random on anything, and I got Madcap Moss.
So
Marcus, this is basically you got your schedule. You got to work. You got your schedule. What do you mean this person called out sick? What do you mean this person called out sick? Now you're working on of like who's available in the back. You. Go to the ring.
So Manny, who is your favorite trio since Marcus doesn't have one?
New Day.
Oh, so they're easily.
Yeah, but they haven't been together in a minute. You never know if they're going to be together again.
How dare
you don't know if they're ever going to be together again.
So
I don't care.
My favorite trio, technically, because they do trio shit, technically it's Imperium. But who I want my favorite trio to be is just that they're not getting. I really like the House of Black. I think they have a great dynamic with Alistair, Buddy.
They're not a trio.
And
they're quad.
They're going off the trip. No,
they're quad. Julia Hart counts.
Julia Hart wrestles.
She wrestles.
But they're going for the trio title, House of Black. But right now it's Imperium. I really like Imperium. But Manny, I think New Day is a very good pick. Marcus, we stalled enough. Have you came up with one?
No, I told you none. I don't give a fuck about any of these trios.
But
he does. It's Fabulous Freebirds.
But going back to
Bad Street USA. Bad Street USA. I set up Bad Street USA. I am a Bad Street down in USA. I'm not old enough to know this song, but I'm singing this Bad Street USA.
Marcus, you know you had the camera all on your own right there where you was
You goddamn right I did. You goddamn who knew I deserved the camera on my own for that one. That was my own rendition of Bad Street.
As you guys said, like Braun Strowman and Ricochet actually look like a tag team. They came out of muscle shirts and everything. But the thing that I found extremely interesting is the seeds that are being planted that Madcap was added to this team, but also that Madcap may be turned into a heel. And I was like, does anybody care? Manny, I turn to you in this situation.
You turn to me when I've got stuff on my phone.
Marcus, I turn to you.
I love the Madcap teasing heel turn when I can imagine him in the room and I'm going to call her Janelle Dashwood because this is some dashing ass shit. Yeah. And that sounds like a villain name. He sees in the corner. You know that crowd turned on you. That's why you lost. I'm going to be honest. You were doing everything right. Those motherfuckers are the reason you lost. Fuck the people of Montreal. Huh, Madcap? You were on your game that night. I knew it. I saw you. I had you ready. We had the perfect game plan. You were kicking ass. And then that crowd turned on you. Fuck the people of Montreal. You should be the champion. Fuck everybody out there. You like I can see her piping this motherfucker up and him going, "You right. I did have that. Then the crowd made me lose. Just like tonight." And I can see her going, "You know that crowd turned on you too? Fuck them too."
I mean, to his credit, he actually had a really good match with Gunther last week. I mean, it was actually entertaining.
Yeah,
at the
because
same time,
of Gunther. It's not because of him.
Well, I mean, he was able to hang in the ring, man. You got to give him
No. I'm gonna give you two matches to compare and contrast. You got Madcap Moss against Gunther this week, and then you've got Trick Williams versus Ilya Dragunov. No. So Ilya Dragunov and Trick Williams look like they did two people at work. Whereas Gunther versus Madcap, it looked like one person was working really hard to make the other one look good.
I disagree with that. Hold up, Manny. I disagree with that.
Marcus disagrees. Go ahead, Marcus.
That's 100% pure hate toward the Madcap Moss. Okay? That's 100%. It always takes at least two to tango, Manny. And we know that from the beginning. And I would like to say this. Madcap Moss is a competent wrestler.
How dare you turn on
your
son Trick?
I'm not saying anything bad about Trick.
during Black History Month, how dare you turn your back on Trick?
Oh, now you're going to throw that in there, huh? You gonna throw that? On this day in Black History, Marcus turned on Trick Williams for a white man named Madcap Moss. That is not history right there.
And you support the white side of Sol Ruka.
So, Benny, I'm gonna side with
you. Leave her out of this. You leave her out of this.
Benny,
you leave Sol Ruka out of this.
I'm siding you. I'm siding with you right now because I remember watching NXT and I said, "Damn, Trick really has become really better at wrestling." And then I started thinking to myself, I haven't really watched Dragunov wrestle that much. Maybe he's actually making Trick look better in this match. And it didn't matter to me because I'm a fan of Trick. I'm happy. Not a fan of Madcap Moss. So,
but so this question is a loaded question to attack Madcap Moss.
Well, Marcus,
that's all this is. I personally am a Trick Williams guy. I would take Trick Williams over all three guys that we mentioned on my TV on a weekly basis. And that is including Gunther, who I think is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And, I enjoy him. But what I'm saying is, Madcap Moss is a competent wrestler who doesn't have anything else going for him. Like, he can go in there and do the job, but he ain't got nothing else. Do I want to see Madcap Moss on TV? No. I'm not paying money to see Madcap Moss, but I'm saying he did his part in that match. Don't you take that away from him.
There were two things that stood out most to me about this opening match. It wasn't a bad opening match. First thing that stood out was when Gunther chopped Braun Strowman across the chest, and he looked like he hurt his hand. He was like, wait a minute. Why did this? Because it didn't get the sound that I expected from the chop. So Braun Strowman's chest is a lot chiseled than I gave it credit for. Marcus,
yeah, but when Braun got slapped by Bartel, though, he felt that.
Yeah, I got emotional when he was on the ringside. Like, you motherfucker, I gotta get in this ring. I don't care if I am a distraction right now. I don't care that one part of this game. This motherfucker done hit me. But if I got slapped by Bartel, it's all. I'm getting disqualified. I'm getting disqualified at that moment. I don't like the way he looked.
Braun Strowman had Brock Lesnar's flashbacks. That's what happened right there. He's like, oh, shit. This shit about to go down. And then I guess they're teasing Drew McIntyre and Gunther. Is that what we're going to get? Are you guys excited for that? Because I was hoping for when the original rumor was going to be Brock Lesnar versus Gunther. But clearly we're getting Omos versus Brock Lesnar. And I just don't know
how did we fall off? That. Vince is back. The Dark Lord has returned. The Dark Lord has returned. Omos and Brock and Bobby and this Brock stuff. Let's end this in obscurity and let's go Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley. How did we make such a sharp turn left? That is literally like snow in California. It don't make any sense that we made such a sharp left. Here we are last week talking about, they're going to build toward a shoe fight maybe, or maybe a fight pit or something along those lines that ended a DQ finish. But no, it ended with Brock Lesnar saying, I can't beat this dude. I'm going to have to fight Omos.
Yeah, it just makes absolutely no sense. Also, people are not letting things go. The Viking Raiders are still going after Drew and Sheamus. I thought this was over, but it's not. Manny, were you like me? Like, God damn it, Viking Raiders, can you move on to somebody else? We don't need you in this picture.
They need to be fired. Just get rid of them. They need to go. Her and the barefoot, whatever that is, that needs to be fired too.
You gonna fire the Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Again?
Useless. What has she done? Nothing.
Well, actually, Manny, I might support you with the Valkyrie being fired, although I like her just for the simple reason they gave me Stevie and her podcast and stuff talking about. I was like,
that's Lyra Valkyrie. I'm sorry. We're talking about Sarah Logan.
Oh,
with Valhalla.
You guys got the wrong V's.
First of all, Eric, how dare you bring up Stevie Turner?
She's a mortal enemy of this. Mortal enemy of the show.
With her quick hands and
her bad podcasting. Hold on. I ain't got a message from somebody. Let me see. How does Lion Valkyrie have feathers? Who cares about that question?
So,
Stevie,
guys,
nobody listening to this shit.
Can I comment?
Fuck you, Stevie.
So my favorite thing about the whole opening match was the whole shade that they throw to Madcap, because afterwards, after they got the best of everybody of Imperium and the Viking Raiders, you had Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Ricochet, and Braun Strowman all celebrating the ring, and Madcap is just an afterthought. So I can't wait till next week to find out what Tadell Dashwood has put inside the Madcap head to say, look, they turned on you. This is such a slow turn.
At least it's something for him, all right? But the new and improved Viking Raiders are never going anywhere. And my question for you guys...
They're the same people.
yeah. Here's my question is for you guys. As Manny's in his pink penny room. I think it's pink today. But
it's a lot of
if you were to get fired by WWE and they brought you back and they fired you again, would you put that on your resume? I'm a 2-time WWE wrestler.
Yeah. I mean, quite frankly, the only person that in the brought backs, Braun Strowman seemed like a person who never should have been let go. I think he came back better than what he was when he left. Everybody else, yeah, you know.
You didn't like Tegan Nox return? You didn't like Tegan Nox return tonight?
You mean
again?
Skittles? She gonna taste the rainbow next week.
She gonna taste the rainbow.
She gonna taste the rainbow.
Ronda was full of that bullet. Who's this? Who this? Who this? That's Tegan Nox. Skills?
Skills gonna get fucked. Let me tell you, this is a version of Ronda that I like. I like hot temper Ronda who don't know who she's fighting. It's like almost a female version of Brock Lesnar. But let's go back to somebody.
I like the shirt.
Let's go with somebody who's hot tempered. We go backstage where Kayla's interviewing Rey Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio trying to do what he do. And you know
what he's saying, Kayla, how you doing? Oh, I'm cut off.
Then Santos shows up. Santos shows up, respect and all that good stuff. And then Dominic shows up. And I'm like, this is everything that I needed in this segment. I enjoyed this segment because, as Shante says, the most greatest line of professional wrestling going on in 2023 is when Dominic says, well, when I was in prison. And you know he's about to say something stupid.
Would you buy a Dominic t-shirt when I was in prison? Dot shirt.
Yes.
Do you remember the Vince shirt when he went to prison and he was holding up the I need a Dominic one like that.
I just want him crying.
I need a Dominic mugshot shirt.
Then we go from the drama between the Mysterios, I almost called them the Guerreros, and then we go into the Bloodline drama where Paul Heyman is just being messy. He was like, hey, Jimmy, you might want to figure out what you're going to do with your brother, because if you don't, I have this message from the tribal chief saying that if you don't fix it, he will next week. And I'm just like, it's been 3 weeks. You guys can't get Jay to show up. What makes the tribal chief think that he can? Manny, do you think Roman has an inside source? Jay don't care. He don't care.
He care.
He's still the tribal chief.
He don't want to get called that family. Shoot, he a one working household right now. Oh, no, it's Jay.
Yeah.
He's still a one working household right now.
Well, Jay's always been a one working household. I mean,
no, he's been married. He's been married, but
she wasn't in wrestling though. I mean, like, you know, Jimmy was taking home that Trinity Naomi, like, go out there and feel the glow, girl. You know, the feel the glow merchandise and stuff like that. That's a loss. You know,
she was moving merchandise.
Well, she's not even in 2K23 now. She's been removed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But
she is a victim. She is a victim. She is a victim.
So, you know how we talked about Brock Lesnar versus Omos as like just out of the blue, just a random moment in professional wrestling. Is it more random than what took place on Friday Night Smackdown, Marcus, where we have LA Knight and the New Day?
No, that was coming. That was coming from a mile away. LA Knight was talking his shit. Yeah.
Talk to me.
He was talking to me. Let me tell you, I'm tired of these people talking shit about what they gonna do with their WrestleMania moments. I'm in this for money, and I went, finally, a grown up is here for money. That's what they all should be saying. You know what, Bray Wyatt? You know what you're really here for? With all your big ass and specials and Uncle Howdy's, you here for money. You know, the House of Black with all your mystical powers and teleportations. You know what y'all here for? Y'all here for money. At least LA Knight is telling it like it is. Yeah.
Here for money and start acting like it.
So Betty, I have a question for you. I find
check out that man's Kavorka.
Like, Kofi Kingston wrestling is almost like his chest. It's a rarity. It happens every so often. Were you shocked that LA Knight and Kofi Kingston was the Kofi Kingston match that you got? The first one I think you got for 2023. I think this is the first.
Was this the first one?
I think with solo Kofi.
Yeah, I think this is the first.
I'm not gonna allow you.
I think he had one on NXT because Woods was hurt for a bit.
Yeah, he was doing some NXT work.
Okay, you're right.
Allegedly.
Right.
I'm not gonna go out there with no hyperbole that Kofi Kingston's out there having only one singles match a year. Nah.
And I think you guys might can call me a WWE fanboy. People know that already. But I actually
why would you need why do you need to remind people?
I am also gonna call you a Mark.
You know what? Call me a Marcus, but I enjoyed this segment between LA Knight and
I don't like the way you said my name like that.
Or the Nerd Day. I enjoyed it. And they were almost about to be my title, but I said no. Because as Xavier said, they made a lot of money, and I'm sure they did. I mean, he robbed G4 for all that money before they went belly up again.
Yeah, I still want an investigation of what he did. G4 was a stupid comeback. It was the worst comeback I've ever seen in my life.
Do you know what I find fascinating? When that bird lady was eventually the bird lady and she got ruffled up and all her feathers were everywhere, Kofi Kingston picked all that stuff up.
Yeah.
When did he get feathers? What is his outfit representing?
It looks like he's playing homage to Rusev in his original getup when he was the Bulgarian Brute. Maybe it's like
no, he looks like he looks like Sheamus. He looks like he's wearing.
Kofi Kingston, what are you wearing tonight? Oh, so this from Ireland. It's Sheamus. It's 1-800 fella tonight.
I've skinned Sheamus, and this is what we've got.
So
Black History Month, we can do what we want.
I think we could all agree that the best segment on Friday Night SmackDown involved Charlotte and Dominic, 2 second-generational stars.
Excuse me. Dominic is third. He's third generation.
I don't know about his daddy, but whatever. But
it's Rey Mysterio.
No,
I don't know who his daddy is.
I don't know who his grandfather is. Sorry. I said that this segment was so enjoyable, more enjoyable than I thought it would ever be, because Dominic is actually becoming better on the microphone.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that the crowd did boo him out the building and I couldn't get a fair battle. Let the man speak. Let the man speak.
He wasn't there, though. So
I know. Let the man speak. I wouldn't mind if they just gave me a vignette, a Finn Balor calling in. Hey guys, what's this? We got a call for Finn Balor. Let the man speak. I don't understand why they don't let this man speak. But this was the longest Dominic promo of his career. And mentions of Andrade were brought up. And Charlotte sounded like a white person who has dated and met some Hispanic people before. Talking about Nuno. Nuno. Like, what?
Mark,
get out of here. You know what, babies.
Mark, she has a real Latino man at home with a much thicker accent. I mean, she talked about Dominic's dick size, man. What the hell?
Well, she said accent.
She said
but the pause said something else. Manny, were you disappointed that it wasn't Rhea and Charlotte going head to head?
What was the point on Raw saying she's going to SmackDown? You're just going to get pulled away by Dominic. It seemed like a colossal waste of time. And if you were selling me on SmackDown that she was going to turn up, that's a bad sell.
But the interesting thing about this segment is that when you look at the dynamic between Dominic and Rhea, they both saved each other from ass whoopings. Earlier tonight, when Dominic was talking shit to Escobar, and Escobar was about to handle that business, Rhea was right there, and Escobar stopped, although I think they had some history back in the day. And then now, when Charlotte was talking shit to Rhea, next thing you know, here is Dominic in the way. I enjoyed this for what it was. It was the best thing that took place on SmackDown, outside of them telling me that Madcap Moss is fed up and is going to be turned to heel.
I knew there was no physicality happening in the segment when Charlotte came out in that outfit and them boots. I was like, this is the one day she ain't getting out them shoes.
Mark, those are heels, Marcus. Those are not boots. Those are heels.
They were ginormous. She towered over everybody.
I'm sure if she wanted to, she could get out of those really quickly.
I'm pretty sure she could kick out them really quickly.
She's always
Matt
ready
Riddle.
for a
See
scrap.
that Matt Riddle.
As a punishment, for people who act up, they should say that they're going to send people to either Charlotte or Natty's plastic surgery, because I don't know what that's about. So we already talked about Natty going against Shayna Baszler. I think the best thing about this entire match was Ronda yelling that Skittles is going to taste the rainbow next week, because I don't understand Natty and Tegan Knox. I don't know. This is some AEW shit. I don't know who the face is. I don't know who the good guy is. I'm so confused.
It's clearly Natty. But my favorite thing is the setup to this match. Michael Cole going, but they don't know if Natty was cleared tonight, to her music playing, him going, I guess she's cleared. And then they go to the video package of her getting cleared, and Tegan Knox playing with the tape in the back, and she got nothing better to do. Talking about, you got a match tonight? Well, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to have your back. And for Ronda to be like, I'm going to fuck you up, Skittles, later that night was well deserved. Well deserved.
That
That's a
face
good
definitely
shirt, though.
says, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Who are you?
The fuck is about to happen to you?
That is a really good shirt. It's like almost inspired like by the Lion King and everything, like the Lion King font. I like that shirt. But I feel like buying a Shayna Baszler shirt is a waste of money. Just a waste
Is
of money.
just a Shayna Baszler? I thought it was together. I thought it was Ronda and Shayna.
Exactly.
It just says Shayna.
Hey, Marcus,
I don't even think this shirt looks good with sleeves, though. That's the other thing.
I don't feel like I can pull that shirt off. I pull it off.
I can pull
like,
that
Marcus,
off.
what are you dressed as? Marcus, what are you dressed as a bee?
And then also wearing that
Manny,
shirt.
what are you dressed as? A fat Hulk Hogan?
Are you Charlie Brown? Are you Charlie Brown? What's going
Yeah,
on?
what's going on with this?
Yeah,
if
I
I
mean,
wore that with no
leave me
sleeves, I'd
alone.
be tempted to rip it.
And then I can imagine somebody going, "Who's Shayna Baszler?" And then they say, "This your girl? This your girl?" Right?
So Marcus,
hello.
So as you know, Manny and I have not been on this, but Marcus, can you keep a secret? Can you tell us the secret of this Firefly Funhouse? Let me know, Marcus. Please enlighten me.
Well, due to reports online and my own personal investigation with my amazing hearing techniques, I believe the secret might be Eric Young. Because he was talking like this. I know that voice.
And that's an upgrade to Bo Dallas.
I don't even know if he's playing Howdy.
Wait, that's
I don't
the
even
rumor
know.
that Eric Young is coming back?
He
with
got murdered
Wyatt's.
in Impact.
Yeah, he got murdered. He died. He died on Impact Air. He got stabbed to death in front of 18 different cameras.
But can I ask, Marcus, has a trial or a police investigation happened because of this death?
No. The only thing is that they stole the rights to his group. They changed the name to the design, and it's not fair. There are lawyers.
I didn't realize killing was allowed in Impact.
Yeah, killing is allowed to Impact. A fucking murder happened last year, and Eric Young is a victim. But they said they were gonna kill each other, so it's a mutual murder. It was a mutual murder. So, still not the greatest thing to happen though. On Impact this week, Joe Henry decided to flick Joe Henry off. Joe Henry flicked Moose off using a Sega Dreamcast and then hit him with it.
You're watching
Impact is
now,
wild.
huh? Is that part of everything else? Is that one of your requirements? Oh, shout out
What
to
the
anybody.
fuck do you think?
I
Been there.
I put the audio of everything else into the podcast feed. I don't know if anybody noticed that or anybody cared. If you did, please let me know. Did you enjoy hearing Marcus Jamal in your ears without watching him? I just want to know. Let me know. Email
Send
me.
an email. If you don't send an email, we'll send you an email asking for money. So you better send us an email.
like a newsletter.
I'm going door to door. I'm going door to door. Can you, are you ready for Jehovah's return? And I don't even care about this. I'm just going to say it to start my season because I don't know how to ask for money any other way. Are you prepared for Jehovah's return? What? Well, tune into the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast YouTube channel.
Karrion Kross got a much needed win with the aid of Dominic, and two thoughts went through my head. Like, hey, Karrion Kross probably should be with Judgment Day. It would help his character. He fits kind of in. And number two, why is Ray acting like he ain't never whipped Dominic's ass? He know he took a belt to his ass. He needs to beat that boy's ass right now. Right,
I'm
Manny?
pretty sure his mother brought the chungler and hit him with
hit his
it.
But online, someone posted the one thing I don't believe in this storyline is that this Latin father, this Latino father, has never beat the shit out of his son and wouldn't do it again in a heartbeat if this motherfucker talk shit. Shit.
And
Ray, just hit him! Hit him, Ray! Hit him, Ray! Punch him in the face. I know Ray could be at that point where he was a dad beating his son ass, but realized his son grew 10 times as taller than him. That I can't get my ass whooped by my son. God damn. This is on TV too?
it is.
I can't go to Family Reunion ever again. He know he got his ass beat.
You know, despite some awards that go out into the wrestling industry where they don't acknowledge great stories, once again, I thought Smackdown ended with a great storytelling thing of betrayal, brotherhood. No one knows who's on whose side, what we're going to do. Sami, Marcus, we're brothers. Who is Jay? Who is Jimmy? Who is Solo from the three of us, Marcus? Let me hear your take on this. Who is Jimmy?
Well, clearly, clearly I'm Jimmy. I don't give a fuck.
I would see you more as a J.
I'll walk out.
Yes.
Yeah, I might
Very
quit.
emotional.
Just
Jay's
like
hella petty.
yeah,
So I feel
just
like you're
like
more J.
What does that make Eric by default? What, Roman? I don't know. Oh no, so I mean
think I'll be
Jimmy.
more Solo. I think I'm more Solo. I think
Just sitting back there. Nah, I can't imagine you shutting the fuck up.
I just get
sitting
shit
there.
done. I just get shit
Jimmy.
done.
You could be a Jimmy.
Right?
I
I
would
sound
say-
like a Jimmy. Just always got a bunch to say like he accomplished something. He really did nothing. He sound like a Jimmy. You're like, come on, we all know that. So Marcus, like, technically, me and you, we can even flip being Jay or Solo, but I'm pretty sure Ryan and Jimmy talking all this shit.
I'm
thinking that
smoking to be a Solo.
all right,
Shoot.
you can be Jay. I'll be Solo.
And I have way too many DUIs to be Solo.
So Manny, what did you think of the conclusion of Friday Night SmackDown?
I mean, it's moved more forward than any of the Bray Wyatt stuff. Like, you're only getting because you're getting about the same amount of like time given to each story, and you're just getting a bit more with this bloodline stuff. And like the more you read online, WWE don't know what to do with Sami Zayn now because of the popularity and everything. They have no clue what to do with him, how to fit him into WrestleMania and all these plans. So like it's just something really good to keep your teeth into it, like, and then like because you're not including Roman in this bit, and then you've got Cody going on over on Raw. It's just adding so many dimensions to where the hell this is going. Because you also had Sami and Kevin on Monday as well.
Which I thought was genius, because I think it came ready to the continuity of everything, because there was no reason for, because you would think watching Monday Night Raw, you're going to have Sami and KO team up again and take apart the bloodline. But at the same time, Kevin got sour grapes because for the first time in his WWE career, he didn't get to turn on Sami. Sami turned on him. It is sour grapes.
But like, this is the first time you can look at it and go, you know what? Kevin Owens' reasoning is justified.
Yeah.
The way he justified it was like, I didn't want your family to go through what my family did at the Royal Rumble.
Petty as fuck.
No, it's like you let me get beat down in front of my family, but I'm a bigger man than you, and I'm not gonna let you get beat down in front of your family, but still, fuck you.
You're like, you're my boy and all, but I respect your family. You may have turned on me, but I still respect your family.
I seen your wife in that one dress, and there's a possibility that son might be mine, but we don't know what happened.
No, he just it was a petty strike. He did that out of pure pettiness of his heart. I'm gonna make the same so I can always throw this at you in your face. That remember that time I saved you and you didn't save me as my family got to watch me? Oh, that's a good thumbnall.
That was a really good thumbnail, man.
That was a really good thumbnail.
I actually did that while we were talking.
Yeah,
that's a really,
wow.
That's why you
got to give. All right, I have a question, and this is more for Manny, who's the co-host of Raw's Retro. every Friday. Tune in to watch that Burning Bear. Damn it!
I know, man. I feel like that's the best episode of 2023. And that video did nothing. That is the funniest episode of Roy's Retro in 2023.
The one thing I've learned about YouTube: don't make it for the people to watch. Make it for your enjoyment. If you've had a great time making that video, that video's a winner.
I want people to watch it because you can actually watch me and Marcus fucking have a great time talking about this fucking teddy bear being set on fire.
Yeah, you can see the enjoyment. You can see when we're just going through the show, waiting for them to talk about this one moment. And we're both waiting for it. Like, why? What is it? But anyway, that was a side point. I want to ask this question, and this is one of those deep wrestling questions that can go back. And Eric, your memory isn't that good anyway.
It's not, man. It's not.
That's why it's more focused on Manny, who is back in 1999 with me every now and then. Better top of the card story angle. Is it Vince McMahon, Steve Austin, The Rock, and all that shit with all these characters and their talent? Or is it the Bloodline and all the people in there playing with that, with your Codys, your Heymans, your Romans, your Jimmy, your Jays? Like, this comparable as if these are the top microphone guys in their game.
You know what? That's a very good question because, like, if you go by what we're watching for March 1999, you've got Austin, Rock, and Vince McMahon, and at the same time, you've got Vince McMahon and the Ministry.
Yeah,
and it's all kind of interlinked. When you look at Cody Roman
and Mankind,
and then you've got Cody Roman, and then on their own separate thing, and then you've got Roman that splits off into the Bloodline. Sami Zayn, who also kind of, if you went back to February, Sami Zayn is also linked to that Cody Roman thing. So it's all very interlinked. But I would say the storytelling, when you look at it, seems far more chaotic in 1999 in comparison to this, where it seems like it's controlled and you're getting drips of what you want. Whereas like 99 was just pure chaos and it was just happening and it feels like it's on the fly.
No, it's a freestyle.
I'm going to piggyback on what Manny says because I think it was like a great example of, like he said, the little trick of knowledge that we get of the storytelling that they're doing right now. Like when they made that Sami Zayn package when he was on trial, they were like all these things that he did. It was like, man, they've been doing this for a really long time where we're just getting a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it's all working together. Compared to back in 1999, I felt like everything was just thrown in your face. It was like, yeah, we got this. And it's like, it was like an adrenaline rush. It was like, oh, what are we doing? Like right now, it's like, I need to tune into next Friday to find out what happens with the Bloodline because I'm confused because I don't think Jay gonna show up because if I was Jay, I wouldn't show up. Who gonna tell me what I'm gonna do?
If you had to take a top of the card, intermingling storyline, which characters are you taking? The modern guys of Cody and Roman and Sami and Kevin and all that stuff.
What story are you trying to tell?
I don't know. Whatever. Vince McMahon's taking over the world.
So,
story. But if you had a story to take and you had to get performers, are you taking these modern guys or are you going back to 99?
I think it's unfair for the modern guys because I think the guys back in 99, they're all legends. Like these are all Hall of Famers. These are guys like if you put it made a pay-per-view, like named it any type of bootleg pay-per-view. It doesn't even have to be WrestleMania. And you put like, oh, you get
Great
Steve
Balls
Austin
of Fire
and all that. That shit would sell out because people will be so excited. Look what happened last year in Dallas with the whole idea of Steve Austin having his return match against Kevin Owens. You cannot create what Steve Austin was, what The Rock is. Like, technically, Roman might be somewhat at that level. He might be a tier below, but the people
he's way below. He's way below those guys.
But the people that he's interacting with are not even close to that. Like, they're not even at Shawn Michaels level yet.
So, Piggy, to jump on that, I think it's you're looking at different eras though, because like if you think like the modern day, how many restrictions are there on them now, and not just by like WWE and PG. Like think like the PC culture and like everyone being cancelled. You can't say anything. Look back at like 98, 99, even further. The amount of bullshit they were allowed to say and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you brought those guys into now in a PC era, I'm not sure how much much they'd actually get over.
Ooh,
in a way.
that's a
Also-
solid point. That's a
Also,
very
Manny,
damning point.
I'm gonna piggyback on Manny's point again too. Is that the fact is that in '99 you were dealing with a newsletter that went out once a week, where it took people at least 7 days to get all the dirt and the gossip. Now you're dealing with the internet, where the dirt and gossip is out there within 7 seconds before it even happens. Like, oh, guess who's backstage tonight? It's like, oh, that's
Sergeant Slaughter. Sergeant Slaughter coming out to the ring. Damn, they spoiled me the Lacey Evans segment. Why are you spoiling Lacey Evans segment?
We ain't seen Lacey Evans in about 2 weeks. That means that she's probably being repackaged again. So we'll see her in another
Leave
repackage.
her alone. Leave her alone.
I'm just saying.
Lacey Evans is that Amazon package they never get right. Was like, it's always missing a piece. I gotta send this back and gotta get another one. Order another one. It's I gotta get another one because it's damage to the trap.
Marcus,
so I don't necessarily know. I don't necessarily know how like Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mankind would fare in this very like story driven and planned out story. Whereas like 99, they kind of went with the flow because they were in competition with WCW and they're basically trying to outdo each other every week.
So Marcus, what say you, brother? What'd you say with your question, Jay? Let me know.
Well, I'm gonna say the better storyline connected is this bloodline, Sami, and throwing in somebody trying to win a wrestling championship as people trying to take it personal. That storyline.
I don't want that line to ever get old.
Yeah, because that's what we should be doing. But everybody make everything personal. I don't know. This is the better storyline, and I was gonna say maybe the more dimensional character. They have more dimension, but I'm still taking that 99 crew. They just have more charisma. I feel like your Foley's, Austin's, Rock, and McMahon is just like that's a powerhouse of like just charisma. Like they're saying nothing on a daily basis, but you're just like, oh, this is great. Now the rest of the card where you can have the Ken Shamrock, Val Venus, and Steve Blackman, whatever. Those four guys just handled their show. But I think it's just similar how basically Raw, WWE, I can give a shit about everything else on the show. It's all about what's going on with Sami and the Bloodline. I care about Judgment Day a little bit. I guess they'll be the modern day DX, I guess. Where I'm like, oh, I tolerate this without all the racism.
You got to appreciate prison time with Dominic, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Judgment Day business. It's Judgment Day business. So... like, I understand that standpoint. DX wouldn't make it today anyway with their racism and sexual and misogyny and homophobia and...
Sable wouldn't make it today. What are you talking about? Sable wouldn't make it today.
Hey, Trish Stratus couldn't make it today. I mean, there's a lot of different things.
Trish might make it. She might make it. She tweet. I mean,
Marcus,
she's in that Nikki Bella category.
Marcus, do you realize how if they would do that segment where she...
Oh, well, you talking about barking like a dog and shit? That's one segment.
Marcus, that one segment would kill her. Because you can't do that now. Segment. You can't do that.
I wouldn't think about doing that right now.
But
I would still try it.
Did you guys... I was thinking about... because I didn't really watch Rampage because I just turned it off. I didn't care. But talking about Dynamite...
I watched Rampage, damn it!
Good for you. Dynamite took place, and the main event was John Moxley.
I was ready. This is your goddamn show, and I did one thing that I never do, and that's watch Rampage. And you just gave it.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Marcus. You know what, Marcus?
That was the coldest shit you've done.
Because Marcus, let me tell you something. This is the first time this has ever happened where me and Betty have suffered through Rampage, and you like, I ain't seen that. So now you finally understand what it feels like to be us. So Marcus, I'll ask you.
I sacrificed my sleep for this show.
Marcus, okay, Marcus, what stood out on Rampage to you?
Dustin and Keith Lee randomly in a package that lasted 2 seconds, and I go, what is this? You're going to hell and all that. And I was like, what are we talking about? Dustin, leave this company and go to WWE and become Goldust, enter the Hall of Fame. You should be in the Hall of Fame for Hollywood. It doesn't make sense that you're here. He's a nice guy. He gets a release.
I personally think this is Marcus and Ross coming back from the future.
Ross, where did you get hair?
Betty, let me give you a round of applause, man. That is amazing right there. That is Marcus and Ross coming back from the future right there. And shout out to anybody else who saw that Band-Aid. So
well, what we feed with you and Manny from the future, Swerve and his moguls.
wow. Did you guys discuss the
I like how
wrestler?
personally you took that Swerve reference that you were Swerve.
Because you called me Swerve, man. You called me Swerve. You know how that is. Did you guys?
You
discuss
praised Swerve last week for not being on Hit Row.
Marcus, Marcus, a clock is right. A broke clock is right twice a day. So that was the one time that I praised Swerve. Did you guys discuss the 2022 Wrestler Observer Awards?
No,
that came out
yesterday.
That's like yesterday.
AKA
And
the AEW Awards, Marcus. And I
who
want to
cares? It's
Huh?
voted on by the people, Eric. Voted on by the people.
But who are these people?
You know, people who listen and read the Wrestling Observer, which is obvious.
But Marcus, would you have given Jon Moxley Wrestler of the Year?
No, Eric, I wouldn't agree with any of the awards. I don't listen to the Wrestling Observer.
Any of the awards, Marcus?
It's like
Any
it's
of the
like
awards?
the Fox. It's like the Fox News of news thing. It's like, of course you're gonna say who was the worst president of the year. Well, there's only one president. Joe Biden stinks.
So Marcus, you don't agree with any of the awards.
I
No.
don't know all of them. The only one I know is Tony Khan won Booker of the Year.
So you wouldn't give Tag Team of the Year to FTR because I thought FTR had a really good year last year.
No, Dax had a
Out of
great
sympathy,
year.
I
wouldn't say FTR did.
Dax should have not only won Tag Team of the Year, or he should have been Wrestler of the Year. But you can also say the Briscoes could have won Wrestler of the Year because they were in those matches too. Damn it, they were in those matches too.
They got Feud of the Year.
I personally would still say the Usos were the best tag team of the year because they literally wrestled every week.
So,
Yeah, on two shows.
I give you guys another question then. There's rumors going around that Ibushi is willing to sign with WWE, but he wants to be a trainer.
Hey, why not?
I mean,
It's a fair trade-off. They got Drew Gulak doing shit.
he might be a better trainer than he is a performer at WWE, but is that just a way to try
He's
to
not.
get Kenny Omega into WWE?
Well, no, they already had Ibushi once.
They had Ibushi. That mean you could fire like Oney Lorcan, who recently retired and became a trainer at the NXT as well. So you could
Wow,
fire
that's
Oney
the first
Lorcan.
one you let it go.
I like only looking like, why do I got to get fired because he brought in Ibushi? Because
Fucking Ibushi. Look at him. Look at him.
Get the fuck out of here.
I want a steak with Kenny Omega. He's the key. He's the gateway.
So Manny, let me ask you a question because you got your little dose of Nikita on NXT. I mean, she didn't look like she hadn't been to the tanning bed in a long time, but
She's on surgery.
but can I tell you my favorite line? Damn, I keep getting it wrong. With Tiffany Stratton said she had a
If I was gonna take you out, if it was me that was gonna take you out, I would have taken you out permanently.
no, she had a Tiffany. She had a Tiffany or something like that.
Oh, I had a Tiffany.
A Tiffany, and I was like, "Oh shit, she has a catchphrase now." Because I died laughing at
I
that
love
point.
Tiffany Stratton.
I mean,
she is one of the best. She is basically Logan Paul take to wrestling because she's 9 months in. Perfect.
Okay. And can we answer this right now? Who's your top 3 NXT guys? Who's your NXT guys that you be like, I need to see them every week?
Trick Williams.
Dude.
Now we're gonna play round robin. What I think, because I gotta think.
Okay.
So who you
I
got?
will also agree Trick Williams is mine, as in I need to see his progress on a weekly
I don't need to
basis
see his
because I'm always
progress. I know
proud.
he's
I'm
good,
always proud.
So I've got
You already said you got Stratton.
Stratton, Mello. I do like watching Mello, even though he's a made man. I think he's main roster bound anyway.
He's already who he is. He's already him, but he's stuck.
Yeah. See, I would personally, I would say Sol Ruka, but
You don't take my pick.
He's kind of up there already, so I'm just gonna go with my other boys.
Oh yes.
All right. So
I'll give you my third. Big body
who was your
hobby.
second?
Huh?
You took Mello too?
No, I took Pretty Deadly.
Okay.
It's Trick Williams, Pretty Deadly, and Big Body Hobby. Those are my 3 favorite people in NXT.
So you're gonna turn your back on Sol Ruka during Black History Month again?
No, because Sol Ruka is in a league of her own. She's in a league of her own. Okay.
Trick Williams,
You got the rosters up, haven't you?
No, I don't. The Creeds. I really enjoyed the Creeds.
But I think I've gone off them.
But they haven't really done it because Diamond Mine seemed like they just is going. And then like as of right now, Kiana James and her secretary was going on with Brooks and Jensen. It's some shit. Also,
it's so bad. It's good.
Believe it or not. Also, what's going on between Von Wagner and Robert Stone? I don't understand what's going on.
I don't care about it, but it just makes me laugh.
But the thing
Damn it, Von.
So, this whole segment that I was thinking to myself between Rob Stone, Von Wagner, Tony D'Angelo, and the underboss who doesn't have any underlings. And I was like, maybe he should just go get Von Wagner. Why not just have Von Wagner be part of the family? He could be the muscle. Like, he ain't doing that with Robbie.
Because justice would get in the way of that. But can I also add, Eric, you missed on the Thursday show. Manny gave props to Tony D.
What happened, Manny?
I don't hate him as much now.
Okay.
Things change. Like,
so it's only fair. It's only fair. We go to AEW. Who are three people that stand out?
But hold on, before you go further, what do you feel about Shawn Michaels and Grayson Waller since we're still in NXT?
You know what? I take that back. Grayson Waller. I do like me some Grayson Waller.
I like Grayson. I like Grayson. But I put him in that same category as Mello. As in, these guys are the guys.
They're made men.
These are the guys.
See, he was full of shit to the point where he cut off the Mello Braun Breaker thing that was happening at the end just so he could cut his promo. I got the drop.
We never actually saw Mello's face. No. They just showed Mello at the stage and they changed the channel.
I'm controlling the show now with my remote.
And then, like,
how did he do that? He controlled all of USA Network.
The worst part about that whole thing, too, for me, is that he was holding what looks like a water bottle. And I don't know what he was doing with that water bottle, but we know. Also, let me get a shout out to Double J. Double J is an honorable mention. Me and JCJ, we go back way back. Way back.
After that match with Indy, that gave me vibes of Electra Lopez and B-Fab. I was like, this is so bad.
You know how I didn't get that? I just didn't watch that match. I knew better than that one.
No. You need to go back and watch it. Go back and watch it. Watch it and compare it to B-Fab versus Electra Lopez.
No. I know that you guys are calling for the job of the Viking Raiders and Lacey Evans and saying all these people need to go away. And
I'm not saying they need to be fired.
No, I'm just saying you just saying they need improvement. Eddie Hartwell needs to go. I don't think there's anything there.
She's been there too long, and I don't see anything there.
She's not really developing. She's still like whack.
her best time was when she was part of the Gargano family, and I think unfortunately
Candice was carrying that shit.
Also to Candice and Gargano, I think they kind of need them too because I don't. It's like Johnny is Johnny, but he ain't really main roster material. Like it just like without Ciampa, I don't really know. But
no, Johnny's good, but like it's only when you can cater to him. But because on the main rosters, there's too many. I don't want to say this word, but big dogs. There's no way you could position him as like being a champion in that state unless he had some kind of underdog story like Sami Zayn's current story.
And where's Cameron Grimes at, y'all? That was my boy. He went to the moon and he ain't came back yet. So going back to same question, who's the three people to watch on AEW? And before you answer this question, AEW. I appreciate what you tried, but you made a main event with Jon Moxley versus Evil Uno, and you tried to make me care about Evil Uno. Quite frankly, I don't give a damn about Evil Uno. He should have never been in that match, and he could have died in the ring for all I care.
Yeah. My big question is about Evil Uno. Eric, what do you think about him with no shirt on?
Marcus,
bleeding.
I'm in better shape than that. That was like the time when I was dying when my mobile. I was like, what is this? Why is this the main event? We're not even in Jon Moxley home time. We're not even in Ohio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has finally arrived. My trios pick has come in.
The Dark Order.
No. It's so much worse. And because I consider one of them a non-entity in a wrestler, I don't care. I'm calling it a trios anyway. And I'm talking about the team of Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett, and Satnam Singh.
Are you talking about that ridiculous tag team tournament match that we had for no good reason? They could just title shot.
They won. And every time Jeff Jarrett wins, I laugh now. I don't know why.
So my number one for AEW, Jade Cargill. I like. Although she accused them of fumbling the bag, I don't know what that means, but somebody's fumbling. Manny, who you got?
At number one, Mr. Garcia.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, can we pause real quick, Marcus?
Jesus.
Manny just brought something. Marcus, I want to tell you something. I apologize to you, Marcus. You were absolutely correct. I was wrong, and I should have never supported this individual. You were right. He was dog shit. He was poop. He ain't shit. Marcus, I'm with you. Fuck Willer Yuta. He is a waste of space, and I don't even understand
Please
why
tell
he's
me
on
you saw the
fucking
promo.
TV.
Please tell me you saw the promo that he did on Rampage that they
I
played on
did.
Dynamite, and I was like, God damn, shut up, Wheelie.
Manny, you remember how I told you? I said I didn't need this shit, and I turned off Rampage. That's what did it for me. I said no. I said I can't because it was bad enough that I had to see him get slapped around by Cesaro. It was like two people with no personalities trying to motivate each other. I was like, what the hell is this? And he still lost the match.
Now, I have a question about this list we're doing for the AEW. Do we got our main guys though, right? I'm like I don't have to put Bryan Danielson in there.
No.
I don't like this is not like I'm not putting that in there.
Future of AEW, the people you want to see on top. So like your future, okay. like we picked the NXT lot. They're gonna be the future of the.
Yeah, it's like
these
are people who don't get enough credit on TV, but when you see them, you like, oh, I like them on TV.
Yeah, because I was gonna just be like Bryan Danielson, Miro, stuff like that. Yeah. Who I just don't know where they are. I don't know what Miro's doing or what's going on in his life. But my number one will be Bivens.
Wow, okay.
I don't give a damn. Every time he's on TV, he makes me laugh. He didn't do anything this week but come out in the Black Panther's outfit.
He done it for 2 weeks, and I love it.
Yes. Okay. He did nothing this week.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, number two. Who you got?
Number two for me, and I had it. Oh, Bandito. I like Bandito. And can I put Bandito and Roosh together? Because, I mean, technically, they going to get about the same amount of time. But anytime I see Bandito or Roosh on TV, I'm like, I enjoy these guys. But they don't do nothing with these guys. But I like them.
You can't two of the Mexicans together and form a tag team just like your number two pick.
Why not? Why not? Why can't he do that? Why can't he do it?
Let me do it, damn it.
He made one. He made two people out of one person who aren't even connected in any way.
My number two pick would be Takeshka.
You like to see people lose, don't you?
I love an underdog.
At least he gets a win every 3 months to keep him honest, so we can keep us on our toes.
Oh, my number two would be. Hey, man, you already brought up Danny Garcia, huh? Yeah, he ain't getting it anyway. Mine would be Brody King.
Ooh, I like.
I like watching Brody King just by himself. I don't really need the. I don't need all the other black shit he does.
Hey, can I tell you, Marcus? Real talk right now, brother. Brody King is the reason why I like the House of Black, because I think that he's one of those unique things that they have in AEW, and I'm just like, WWE, why you didn't bring Brody King in when you had the chance? You was thinking about doing it, but you didn't. He's an enigma.
He got priors.
Yeah, charismatic enigma.
Number three, Peter Avalon, y'all. Peter Avalon.
What the fuck?
Get out of here. He got taken out by a gothic cactus this week.
So I can't have Peter Avalon? Is that what
you can have him if you want.
You can have him. Go ahead.
I don't want him. I really don't. I don't want anything.
I can't get over the picture of him dressed as Ruby Riott. There's an image there, and I just can't see. I can't unsee it.
You know, like the thing about it is, like when I think about who else
You don't know who it is, so that's why you're going to. Yeah, I got mine.
I got my number 3.
There's a part of me that wants to pick Britt Baker, but then at the same time, like she's kind of made, so it's not like it's not
she's
fair.
up Tony Khan's ass. She snorts the cocaine through Tony Khan's ass.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
and
how
vice
far
versa,
up she is.
probably.
That's how far up she is.
All right, so I'm gonna have to think. So since you have your number 3, let me know.
I got my number 3, and I feel like AEW have actually dropped the ball with this guy. Because he could actually be a good monster aside from Brian Cage. You need to get rid of him. It is Big Willie Hobbs.
Oh, I ain't seen Willie Hobbs in a long time.
Yeah.
The Book of Hobbs has been. He's been working on that book. He's been working on his memoirs.
They dropped the ball with him. With the amount of people that have been brought in since he's come, it's like he's just fallen even further down the roster.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pick Brock Anderson, Marcus?
I didn't even know he was still employed.
No, I'm gonna
Christian
pick
Cage,
Dustin
who came back
Dustin
for no
Rhodes.
Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy. No, I'm gonna go Willow Nightingale, who I watched on Rampage this week, and she always delivers in her matches. She had a good match with Toni Storm this week. She doesn't get enough credit. She just shows up, takes the L, and leaves.
Okay, so
can I also make a quick fourth?
No. Can I go to my third?
It's not a wrestler.
Can I go to my third real quick?
Okay,
my third, because I had to cheat. I had to go to the roster, but this guy I do enjoy every time he's on TV, and I don't understand why they don't give him any company that he works in. That is all ego Ethan Page. I really enjoy the work that Ethan Page does on TV, and I don't understand why they don't give him more time. He's charismatic, he's funny, and he's a solid wrestler, but he gets no time on TV.
Yeah, because he doesn't get time because he's over 5'9" in height. That's the rule in AEW. If you're over 6 feet tall, you don't get TV time.
So my fourth is not necessarily a person; it's a move. It's Toni Storm's hip attack. I'm a deadliest thing in wrestling right now.
Whether it was spray paint or not, it was devastating.
I also think Lee Moriarty has a lot of potential. Whatever you say his name.
All the potential of him has been diminished by like the firm and whatever
they do give nonsense.
It's just like a complete nonsense of what they're planning on doing with him, which is nothing.
But I think you can say that's what a lot of stuff that goes on with that whole AEW roster. It's like you don't know a lot of the things that they do. It's like,
there's so many people.
Yeah,
there's so many people in this weird place. I forgot Juice Robinson was All Elite, Eric.
He's All Elite.
He was All Elite. They announced it months ago. Last time I saw him, he was at the Battle with the Valley doing a run-in for the Bullet Club.
No,
but has nothing to do with what he's doing.
But I can tell you, like, the fact that, like, the one thing that they're doing, like, with Saraya and Toni Storm, where it's just, like, they're heels and no one really knows why. Well, I mean, you guys explained to me that they're going after the originals, but, like, my whole thing
but they haven't explained why they're going after the originals. They just don't like them.
Let's also point out that the originals haven't really done anything to really get this, like, to get this work. But I mean, before we wrap up the show, I guess we should do it for main roster WWE. Who's your 3? Number 1 for me, Montez Ford. I really like what Montez got going for him. I look forward to seeing.
How dare you? Dawkins. Dawkins.
You can Dawkins.
Taking Dawkins.
Okay, man.
That's a serious pick, by the way. That's a serious
pick. Man, I heard the your thing. So we first of all, we took the Street Profits. Marcus, who you got?
Madcap Moss, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. No.
Hey,
Wait, what? You guys took the Street Profits as number 1 and 2 pick.
Mark, we're not drafting. You can take one of them if you want to, Mark.
I'm taking the Street Profits solo careers as my number 1 spot.
All right, Manny, who's your number 2?
Giovanni Vinci. I still have hope for him to do something outside of.
The guy's name was Giovanni Vinci. I was calling him Eichner.
I had to really in my head favorite Eichner.
I'm going to take Ludwig Kaiser because I also like him too.
This is random ass shit.
Marcus, who you got? Damon Kemp.
You know what? Actually, Damon Kemp is a good shout on NXT because he's actually solid in the ring.
Yeah, that's a good shout out. Yeah.
And his pettiness makes me laugh every time I see him on NXT. He'd be a good pick.
I'm taking Cody Rhodes.
know, Marcus. That doesn't count.
I know. I'm just messing around. I don't know.
Karrion Kross, Marcus. You seem like a guy that want Karrion Kross.
No, maybe just Uncle Howdy and without Bray. I don't know.
But I think you strike me as an LA Knight kind of guy, Marcus. I think LA Knight.
I like LA Knight. But, I feel like that's an obvious choice for me.
But he's 40.
Like that's. We didn't say they had to be young. We all said now they got to be young.
It's like, who do you like seeing on TV? I mean, I think it's perfectly fine with.
But I already said who I like seeing is the Bloodline Judgment Day and all that, the Prophets and their solo run. We want to pick Damian Priest out of nowhere.
That's actually a good pickup. I mean, my last one would be Santos Escobar.
He's also 40.
Yeah, the main roster is old.
Hey,
it's not like we're getting these young.
You pick top
Come on, man. He
Mark.
picked Ticket Knox.
No,
I'm picking her lefty.
I pick Shotzi. Even though Shotzi's bad. This is a bad pick, but I'll take
Shout
it.
It's Shotzi's the pick. They got that DDT spot. They got that DDT spot right. Finally.
You guys, what happened to the other rarity? You know how like Samoa Joe's a rarity until we met Zion Quinn? What happened to Zion Quinn? I ain't seen him on TV in a long time.
I think I saw him on Level Up at one point in the last couple of weeks.
I guess he ain't leveling up. What a way to end the show. Anything you want to add, Marcus, from your Rampage watching? I can put back up the graphic. I mean, you did watch it by yourself.
Well, Lance Archer complained on the internet, and so he got an appearance on Rampage this week in a squash match. Him and Jake Rollins both walked their ass out there. I was like, this ain't helping nobody. This ain't putting asses. This ain't making the titties move, as we would say. The Aussie Open and the Young Bucks had a really good match.
That was actually a really good match. And believe it or not, that is what sparked my whole trios question. Because
Aussie Open, they're free agents now, aren't they?
I believe so. Because I enjoyed when I saw when Will Ospreay and Aussie Open were in AEW and having matches. I really enjoyed what they were doing. But of course, there's so much stuff that goes on in AEW that you just it's so much to digest that you just don't know. But apparently they might be getting 4 million viewers in, according to some reports. Congratulations.
Yeah, they show how they got the numbers to that. It's like, damn, you really reaching with this.
4 million what for Rampage?
No, this is for AEW viewers in general. They just add up all the numbers they get from all the stuff they put out for a weekly basis.
So like what? The amount of people
Dark Elevation on YouTube, plus Dynamite, plus Rampage, plus whatever else content they put, unrestricted podcasts they do.
Ridiculous.
They added every number. I just feel like if a network has to release a press release of saying this product is doing well right now, then I don't think they do it well.
Doing well? Okay. I mean, it could.
But do you know how flawed that is? Because like if you're counting YouTube numbers, that's a worldwide figure. That's not just a United States.
They're adding YouTube numbers, DVR users, international views. They added all into one.
They're ridiculous. WWE should do the same and just crush them.
Michael Cole got announced this season Savage Mode. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, but they kind of do it. We have 60 million people viewing Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn break up. Oh.
I mean, like the amount of tickets that they sell might also break some of those viewer records and stuff like that. Shout out to the one person that's watching this. I don't know who you are, but shout out to you. Thank you.
It's me.
Oh, shout out to you, Marcus.
No,
you do good work.
I miss Phil. Anyway. I'm gonna say that right now. Phil created he created some edge to AEW that isn't there, where everybody seems like, oh shit, how they gonna piss off Phil this week? It's kind of like Aaron Rodgers coming out the dark place.
Can I ask a question, Marcus? So, do you think that the biting ruined a lot of AEW for you? Like just how
the biting,
bro out.
Yeah, I would say that once CM Punk bit people, or
it was not him. They still
bit people.
Hey, quiet bad person, thank you.
They still.
Oh, you know what? Oh, yes, Chad Gable. That's a good pick for Jay. I like seeing Chad.
Oh yes.
Chad put on some great. When
He
I said
did.
thank you, made me think about that.
I also like Jonah as well, or Bronson Reed.
And let's point out the recruitment of Otis for the models is hilarious to me. I don't give a damn what anybody say. Let the fat man live.
Marcus, we did get a comment on the teddy bear episode.
Oh, we did.
From Brother O commented, "You N-words is legends for this podcast."
I hope that was a black person.
I ain't even black, but I'll accept it because I've
You know
never
what?
been called.
I never did this. Let's read through some of these comments. Oh, your Tyrus is the new
Oh
NWA
man, I thought we were
champion.
done.
He says, Dan Kobe says, Tyrus had his first major title defense now. I credit the dude because each time he shows up, he's getting in better shape. Tyrus is an unlikely champ, but I waited a while before passing any judgment. At this time, Tyrus gets an okay rating from me. Maybe he can earn something higher in the future. Marcus, has Tyrus improved to you as an in-ring worker? Has he took all the talent from Top Dollar and put it into himself?
I mean, Tyrus as a character is okay. Tyrus in the ring is just slow. It's you see the 50-year-old man who's kind of really overweight wrestling in that case. He's probably, I say why not, but whatever. I don't have a hatred toward him, but I don't really like him.
Okay. And then you know what? Those are the only comments that I could probably read because everything else is related to shorts. It's like the shorts, and so.
No, well, so Wes said, not a Wheeler Yuta fan. He's like vegan food. It may be healthier and good for you, but he's just too bland for me.
Man, can I tell you something? That comment is a disrespectful thing to
That
vegan
hits home.
food, because vegan food done right is actually really good. You'd be like,
Yeah, that hit
you look
hard.
at somebody, this vegan? You'd be like, yeah, it is. I'd be like, damn, it is. Will Ewan don't never hit me like that. He don't never hit me like that.
I like
And
that
I
we had.
tried.
I like that we had one viewer, and we were like, "Oh, who's the viewer today?" As quiet bat person, right? He kept the gimmick alive while he remained quiet.
He lived up to his name. Quiet man person. Shout out to him.
Yeah,
He's
goddamn right.
Can I also say that I'm looking forward to this week's episode of Raw for the new Hollywood WrestleMania commercial because I don't know which one they're going to do.
I want that bloodline. I want the bloodline. I want Roman doing you think a funny guy. Yeah, the Goodfellas funny guy one. I think that's going to be hilarious. It's him and Paul.
I kind of want them to also branch out to some TV because I think the Judgment Day as Stranger Things would be funny.
No, they're doing. They did. They are doing that one with Rhea Ripley.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley's 11.
Also, I think the best commercial on TV right now is TV Dad with Reginald Vale Johnson. It's just he would be that dude that would show up into your house. Mommy, we want a dog. You can't have a dog, but TV Dad says we can. Like, yeah, that's it. I ain't gonna never buy Progressive Insurance though, but you guys give me some good commercials. You had to move on from Flo. They knew they had.
They had to move on from Flo. Flo's still around.
Man,
Flo still getting her shit in.
It's called a pivot, Marcus. It's a pivot. I know when it's people are changing things.
These insurance commercials are really competing. You know, Geico set the standard, but then Geico ain't had one in a minute. So these insurance commercials are where the comedy's at.
Hey, my favorite insurance commercial is always going to be Not My Sunday. I mean, it was bad enough that guy was a Miami Dolphin fan, but he sacrificed his boat. So he would have to take them out on a boat on his Sunday.
And this is semi wrestling related, and I would like to bring this up again. There was nothing wrong with that Rihanna concert. I don't understand why they had 300 people complain that it was too sexual. I was like, it was a pregnant woman barely moving. It was a pregnant woman barely moving on top of a platform. I don't understand what was... Yeah, it's 104 people out of 18 million people. 104 people said, "Oh my God." And that counts Goldberg too. And you can kiss my ass too. Like, what are you
I just want to point
about?
out though that made people dig up the stats from the complaints about Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson, where it was like 540 million or something like that. I'm like, this doesn't look bad.
But I like that everybody kept their mouth shut for Shakira and Jennifer Lopez, who probably just had sex on the stage. That's all they were doing. I saw that with the sound off. I was at my job. There was no sound on the TV. That's why. That's why. I had to clarify. I know what that sounded like. I said it. I was like, wait a minute. No, let me clarify. I was at my job. It was on screen. There was no sound off, and everybody on the stage was watching that performance.
I like how he clarifies this, but didn't clarify the booty munching he did on the elimination.
No, the booty munching was a slip. I was eating a taco, and I said eating instead of beat it on, and picked it up.
Yeah.
So I do have a joke in line for something we were all supposed to watch for Cocaine Bear that's come out. It's actually a quite funny joke.
Go ahead, Manny.
You have such a big nose. Instead of snorting lines, you snort verses.
That's good.
Well, I mean, this does the show. I mean, I think we had a great time sitting down, chewing the fat. I don't think there's anything else that we could talk about. The sun is now out, and we're from snow to now sun, so the world is coming to an end.
I'm glad you consider that with global warming and tropical change.
Tropical change? Yeah, I mean, what
Climate
else,
change?
man?
I'm tired. I'm still sleepy.
Well, you go to sleep. I'm gonna put you to bed. Go
Fuck
bed.
you. I'm not going to
Go
sleep.
bed.
I want to be a veggie taco.
Okay. All right. You ordered you a Willa Yuta, I guess.
Yes, man.
I'm an ass man. Yeah, I'm an ass man.
Anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this show. Stay tuned for Tuesday when the Title Media Market Show. We'll be back.
This is so fucking loud.
I love the shovel.
Oh,
I like to kick them.
I love to watch them. I love to pick them.
Which one is copyright?
because I'm an ass man. I'm an ass man. Marcus, thank you for that. Whoever thought that we'd be using that ever in 2023? But anyway, I'm Eric.
I'm Lord Manny Hayes.
And I'm Marcus the Grand Finale.
Who is an ass man. And it's next week, or actually to Tuesday, where these two gentlemen will be back to cover everything that takes place on Monday Night Raw. And what else happens? Stay sharp. Peace.
You ain't gonna blow us up or nothing? You just gonna say peace?
Well, because
You ain't gonna blow us up? You ain't gonna throw a random
None of the buttons.
You ain't gonna throw a random picture up like that or something?
No, man.
Just in the show?
That is still the worst picture we have.
It is.
Marcus, that is so awful. I think I do it like this.
You have to press N when you do it.